You stop aging today, your biological clock freezes. For exactly 1,000 years, not a single cell decays. No wrinkles, no gray hair, no organ failure. The world continues to spin, but your body is a locked vault. You are now a biological anomaly now. The first few decades feel like a victory. Retirement becomes a joke. Career paths expand indefinitely. However, the environment remains hostile. You still get sick, you still trip, you still accidentally touch hot stoves. Since your cells don't age, they don't necessarily heal perfectly. Scar tissue accumulates. Old injuries never truly fade. The body remains young, but it starts looking like a well-used piece of luggage. This is where things get weird. Biological immortality is not the same as invulnerability. Telomeres stop shortening, which prevents cellular senescence, but oxidative stress continues. Free radicals still bombard your DNA. External wear and tear is a different beast. Tooth enamel doesn't regenerate. After 300 years of chewing, your teeth are flat, useless nubs. Joints wear down from friction. Cartilage disappears. The biological clock is stopped. But the mechanical clock is still ticking. You are a 20-year-old with the joint mobility of a century-old oak tree. Eventually, a simple fall becomes a permanent catastrophe. Your bones break and the healing process is sluggish. You spend the next century as a very young, very fragile pile of porcelain. Family trees become confusing. Great-great-great-grandchildren look at you with suspicion. You are the same age as their ancestors' old photographs. The novelty wears off. Now you are just the weird relative who refuses to die and possesses remarkably flat teeth. It is awkward. The brain is the real bottleneck. Human memory is not an infinite hard drive. It is a biological network with limited capacity. By year 400, the storage is full. New memories begin to overwrite old ones. Your first kiss vanishes to make room for a recipe for synthetic algae. The face of your mother is replaced by the layout of a futuristic subway system. Identity begins to dissolve. You are no longer a person with a history. You are a rolling window of the last century. The personality shifts as the foundation of the past erodes. You become a stranger to yourself. Every waking moment is a battle against digital-style data corruption. You remember how to speak a language that died 6 centuries ago, but you cannot remember why you entered the room 3 minutes ago. This is neurological saturation. The world transforms around the static body. Cities rise and fall. Languages drift into unrecognizable dialects. By year 700, the current internet is a primitive relic. Digital archives are corrupted or lost. Your social security number is a meaningless string of digits from a forgotten empire. You are a living fossil. Clothing styles rotate through 12 different cycles of absurdity. You try to keep up. But the trends move faster than your decaying memory. Geopolitics shift violently. Borders move. New nations emerge from the ruins of the old. You are constantly an immigrant in your own hometown. The psychological weight of permanent existence creates a profound detachment. Other people are like mayflies. They flicker into existence, grow old, and vanish in a heartbeat. You stop making friends. It is too exhausting to watch everyone turn into dust while you remain trapped in a permanent, youthful, yet mechanically exhausted shell. The silence of a millennium begins to settle in. Nature eventually takes over. A massive flood or a tectonic shift buries your city under 50 feet of sediment. You are not dead, but you cannot move. The biological freeze keeps you alive, but it doesn't provide oxygen. You enter a state of permanent waking suffocation. Lungs burn, the brain screams, but the cells refuse to die. You spend the next 2 centuries as a conscious, paralyzed statue under a layer of limestone. Marine life begins to use your frozen face as a reef. Barnacles attach to your eyelids. Small crabs move into your nostrils. You are a biological curiosity for deep-sea explorers who don't exist yet. Eventually the land shifts again. Erosion reveals you to a future civilization. They find a perfectly preserved human from the 21st century covered in prehistoric salt. They don't recognize you as a person. To them, you are a highly detailed, biologically accurate sculpture. They put you in a museum. You are displayed in a glass case with a plaque that describes your era as the age of primitive screens. You spend the final century staring at a gift shop. The 1,000-year timer finally hits zero. The biological freeze lifts instantly. A millennium of accumulated cellular damage and environmental stress hits all at once. The telomeres snap. The oxidative stress catches up. The body attempts to age 1,000 years in a single second. It is not a graceful process. The transformation is instantaneous. You do not simply get old. You undergo a rapid, catastrophic chemical collapse. The biological system simply gives up. The result is a very small, very dry pile of dust. As the dust settles, a museum curator sighs. The exhibit has been ruined. The insurance company refuses to pay out because the policy specifically excludes acts of spontaneous biological acceleration. The paperwork is immense. This is a significant administrative headache for the local arts council. Your existence was a statistical nightmare. Subscribe to the What If Club to see what happens if you try to eat a star. We have the math. It is messy.